All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this week's weekly tarot card reading. So, last week we had a lot of turmoil coming for this week that just finished today, and talked a lot about the troubles of work, maybe the challenges of work, and all that stuff for last week. Um, Maybe some complications, but overall, it was a pretty good reading, with most of it being in the light aspect, minus the couple that were in shadow. Um, but this week, well, let's see what the gods have in store for us for this coming week. To see what is to come, what is to befall us. What is it that we need to look out for, and kind of keep our eye on as a Gentile reminder of what we can do. Alrighty here. So, again, I'm using my Vampire deck by Daniels. It's one of my favorites because it has a lot of information that goes along with it, both for shadow, both for light, but it also has the meanings in the Q&As within the book and stuff, which is spectacular. So, all right, here. And I take all right. Alrighty here. Today I think I'll do a 3-card read. Or maybe a 4. I feel like doing a 4. Seems like a 4 kind of day. I don't know why. 4 seems to be the theme of the day, so it's kind of fitting. So, first glance, everything's in light aspect. So that's a good sign. That's a very good and positive sign that we got a lot of good stuff coming our way. The first card is the Chariot. Okay. Now, the Chariot is a warrior sign. It basically tells us that we need to face the challenges and the week ahead boldly. Charging forward, spears in thrust, swords in play, the bow and arrow, whatever. Think of it as the Colosseum type thing. The hordes against the victors, type thing, with you being the victor. All right. In this case, it's telling us that as we go forth this week, starting tomorrow, right after midnight, because it's 8:40 p.m. right now, and I try to do this as early as I can so you can actually read it and prepare and contemplate on it for the coming week. So what this is telling us is that it's starting at midnight all the way up until the end of next Saturday night is to go boldly, without fear, without regret. Be the warrior. Take advantage of situations such as employment, relationship status. Maybe it's something to do with an individual that you like. Step out into the fold, ask them out. Ask them if they want to go to dinner, perhaps a drink. Go out and if it's a job type thing, maybe you're applying for a promotion. Go for it. Charge boldly after it. To hell with anyone else that is running for that position. Be bold. Be proactive. Go for it. Show your employers why you should have that job. Okay, that's what the Chariot is. It is a warrior sign. It is a warrior card. Okay. The next card in this cycle is the Ten of Grails. Okay. Very, very good card. It is a nocturnal card. She's got the quarter moon on her hanging from her necklace. The chalice with the runes on it, or I should say the zodiac signs of Mars and Jupiter, it looks like. Okay. The white flowers all around. She's laying gentilely upon the grass and the bed of roses. Very, very, very good sign that not only are you going from a warrior sign, but you're going to have ease going into this week. You're going to be utilizing the nocturnal energies. You're going to be drinking that chalice, the fruits of your labor. Awesome. Incredible sign. The third card is the Queen of Scepters. So and this card is a magical sign. Okay. Whereas the Chariot is a major arcana. It is a warrior card. The Ten of Grails is an emotional card. It is tied into your health, your overall physical attributes. Okay. Therefore, the Grails is the cup of life. Full, it'll grant you life. Empty, it grants you death, especially if you choose wrong. But in this case, it's in light aspect, and you're going to be reaping what you sow. Okay. Now, the Queen of Scepters, the scepter is a magical tool. It is a thrusting magical scepter that pierces the veil of time and space. It is something that it is a tool, a witch's tool that literally will make things happen, magically speaking. For an example, if you set the tone right on a date, okay, say the lights dim down, a romantic candlelight dinner for two, roses, rosebuds, leading into the area, maybe a little dancing, stuff like that, sets that mood. Maybe a little bit of wine, well, unless you're underage, then I don't recommend the wine. I'd go with like chocolate milk or something, maybe a soda, but that's about it. But if you're 18 or, if you're legally age, go with the wine, But in this case, it's setting that mood. It's setting things into motion that is not from your employer's point of view, but from yours. You're taking that proactive step and making stuff happen. If you're already married, think back, to that seductive moment when you first started biting for your spouse's attention. Okay. You literally saw what you wanted and you went after it. Okay. It's the same thing with your career. It is the same thing with what you're going to be dealing with this coming week. It is that relaxation step. It is that piercing step. It is that warrior charge. Think of a lion. The thicker the mane, the more alpha your state is. Okay. The more attractive you are. All right. The fact that she's laying down with a Black Panther reaching up for the rose. You got the cross in the background with the red roses above it. Okay. She's laying flat down, almost like a tempter, almost like a seductress. Okay. This card literally stands for that magical moment. Are you going to act on it, or are you going to be a coward and run from it? Okay. She wants it. The job wants it. Take advantage of it and go for it within that arena. Okay. That's what the Queen of Scepters is about. It is about taking advantage, not through somebody else's will, but your will. Let your will be known. If you want that career, if you want that job, go out and make it happen. And that's what a scepter is. It's the same thing as a athame. It is the same thing as a wand. It is something that directs energy to where you want it to go. What cardinal direction do you want to go? How do you want to do this? How do you want to go about it? Make that plan. Charge in. You're going to be going at ease. Okay. And then finally, we got the fourth and final card for this evening. And it's the Seven of Knives, which is kind of ironic because I mentioned the athame. Okay. You notice how she's holding it up almost like she's stabbing something. Okay. Very fascinating here. Number one, the athame is a tool that directs energy, but it is also something that is a magical tool that is used for a number of different ritualized settings. Okay. Be it ceremonial or ritual placed. Okay. Black magic is always there. In the upper right hand corner in the window, you have the seven pointed star, similar to that of the Star of David, okay, which the wise men followed to find the Jesu Christi. You know, um, it's a Jewish sign, but it's also a Hebraic sign. It is an Islamic sign. It is one of those holy signs that is telling you that you will be successful in finding what you want and getting what you want. Again, she's standing almost like this, like, I dare you to come at me. I dare you to stop me. And that's the thing about this card that is so amazing. It is a physical attribute, okay? Whereas the Chariot is the warrior. The Ten of Grails is a physical attribute. The Queen of Scepters is the mystical aspects. The Seven of Knives is a physical weapon, okay, of choice. In this case, you're going to be peeling back the time, the veil. You're going to be going after what you want. And within this reading, it is telling me flat out, not only to be bold, to be the warrior, but that you're going to be charging in, much like the old days in the Roman times and the Greek times, throughout the chariot races, okay, to be the warrior, to take that chance, to fight that battle, okay? The Ten of Grails, sit back, kind of relax, but at the same time, enjoy what you're doing, okay? The Queen of Scepters, the seductress, going in for what you want, taking that chance, putting forth your will into the universe, into the world, be it employment, be it housing, be it finding friends, maybe that girlfriend, getting a relationship, maybe asking your spouse, your long-term spouse to marry you. Who knows? Whatever it is putting your will forward. Putting your will forward. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Putting your will forward. You know what you want. The cards are telling you to go after it. The Seven of Knives is telling you to take what you want, to get what you want, that you will be victorious. But at the same time, you're going to stand your ground. Now, there's an old saying in the martial arts. There's an old that states that if you draw a sword, you make yourself a target. But if you draw a dagger, you become the spy. You're less of a threat, but at the same time, still a threat. So therefore, by drawing that dagger, you are putting your will forward and you're letting the world know you're dead serious. You're not taking shit no more. You're not going to be playing the good guy. You're going to be playing the bad guy. Go out and get it. All right. So that's the overall reading of this for this next week. And I will be back with a new reading next Saturday night. Okay. Not sure exactly what time I will be back to do it, on that night, but it will be there that night. Okay. Yes, you can. Feel free to ask questions. And while I'm right here, you mean school credits? Let's find out. Okay. Your first card, Earth Angel, is the Hierophant. The Hierophant represents knowledge and wisdom, the education aspect. Okay. Whereas, and the Hierophant's also in light aspect. Okay. The Five of Skulls is also in light aspect. Okay. But here's where it's going to get a little tricky for you. The Five of Grails is in shadow aspect. Okay. Now I'm going to explain this to you. Okay. Number one, your question is, will they choose your side within your credits? Okay. Are you going to pass them? Are you going to get past them to the point where things are going to go your way? Okay. Now, number one, the Hierophant shows the master or the teacher compared to the apprentice. There is always two in any given situation: the master, the apprentice, teacher, student. Okay. Now, as I stated, the Hierophant is about knowledge, about wisdom. It is about the educational process. Okay. Whereas the Five of Skulls is more of the spiritual aspects. Okay. You're asking guidance to the spirits, to the demons, to the angels, and to the Djinn on whether you'll pass. So the Five of Skulls literally is about the spiritual conjuration of your will, of your mental spirit or spiritual aspects of applications into your desires. Now, because skulls are well known to be associated with death, but also with spiritual applications. There are things that play a part. Now, to quote John Ramirez, somebody who I refer to as a fake, because he claims to be a lot of something. He claims to be an ex something from like Satanism or voodoo or Santeria, Palo, whatever. But when in fact he's just a Christian trying to make a name for himself. To quote him, to change something in reality, you must first go into the spiritual. Okay? To go into the spiritual and weaken it, or to change it spiritually speaking, changes it in the physical reality. Okay? And that's a huge thing right there. And I want you to pay close attention to that because that's the present. Okay, whereas the Hierophant is the past. Now, the Five of Grails, because that's in shadow aspect, the Grails is more of a physical application. It doesn't mean that it will not go your way. It just means you're going to have to work harder to get to it. Sometimes it takes self-motivation to achieve your goals. If you've studied, if you've learned the material, okay, that was put forth, you'll be all right. If you take a deep breath, focus on what's at hand. Kind of just apply it to your life, okay? In this case, if you relax, if you take that step back, okay, instead of continuing on, kind of just take that step back and just kind of reread things, kind of reread, kind of restudy a little bit, kind of touch up on some facts, okay, about what the credits are about. The topic, say if it's science, if it's history, if it's mathematics, if it's hair, being a hairstylist, or if it's about, say, for example, becoming an engineer, whatever your schooling is and what you're doing for your course, okay, restudy it. You don't have to sit there and begin at the beginning. Just kind of just touch up on the highlights of the meanings of the adverse reactions to whatever your topic is, okay? By doing so, you not only get a refresher course before the final test, but you also get that better understanding. You may come across something that you've missed, something that you've lacked, okay? So the Five of Grails is basically telling you that even though the Grail is the cup of life, okay, is the physical attribute. In this case, it's going to be going against you because there's something that you've overlooked. It's something that you've missed, okay? So kind of just go back and look over everything and just kind of, check out your notes, compare it to the works, and just kind of find out what's going on and see what there is for, say, for example, extra credits. Something that will benefit you in the long run. It shows self-motivation and it shows initiative, okay? And this reading here is actually pretty good for the most part. The Hierophant is showing that you have the knowledge, you have the wisdom, you're seeking spiritual guidance, which is awesome. I recommend that to just about everybody, including my own students. And then you just have your physical applications, the Grails, the Five of Grails. It's just a matter of just doing something that will help benefit you. Just kind of go over it. Look at what you've done, what you are doing. Is there something that you missed? Is there something that you can do? Something to kind of do that flip side of things. And that's all you got to do. But as for changing their minds or persuading their minds from one side or the other, I would recommend getting in touch with Beleth, Belial, Paimon. Okay, these three are three of the 9 kings of the Goetia. Okay, and they are very, very powerful. Trust me, I've used them in the past. They're beings of persuasion, and they are very, very good. They helped they help people in situations similar to yours, but at the same time, other situations as well. Things that I've actually touched on in the past. But anyways, as for the question, it is going to go in your favor. Like I said, it's about I'd say about 90% in your favor. There's always that 10% that'll go the other way. But like I said, look into stuff that you have done, look into stuff that you can do, and try to find out something that you can be doing to help benefit you. And it will go in your favor. All right. Is there any other questions? You're welcome, Earth Angel. All right. So. So with that said, hello, Jason. How you doing tonight? Thank you, Jason. Well, Earth Angel, some people that have issues with somebody, it is not about you, it's more about them. A lot of people tend to put their own issues on you when they should be taking a better look at their own lives. That's actually a fact. Trust me, I know what you're going through because of the fact that it's something I'm going through right now as well, with my son's mother. So, and trust me, that's a whole nother topic. Things that I really don't want to get into. But I am going to tell you that it is a common thing when people have something that somebody else is envious of, or say, for an example, something that they remind themselves that they don't have or that they lack, they tend to lash out. True. Now, that's something for you to kind of just try not to dwell on it. Look at it like this: if you dwell on it, you're going to find what you're looking for. Okay. For an example, if you seek drama, you're going to find drama. The best thing to do is just let it go. Go take a spiritual bath, go for a walk in nature, sit back, read a book, whatever, whatever helps you relax, drink some chamomile tea, perhaps some peppermint tea, you know, or mint, whatever type of tea you like, and just kind of relax. That's mostly what you got to do because a lot of times people worry about things that they need not to. And that's just humanity for you. Once you learn to let go of all that, your world is so simple. You know, when I was young, I can tell you I was haughty, arrogant, I was a warrior. Okay. I cared more about what people I didn't really care much about what people thought of me. It was more of the fact that I was more interested in winning. But once I learned to let go of the rage, let go of all that stuff, and then start worrying, and I realized I was worrying about things that didn't matter. Once you learn to let go, it's just all that drama and chaos just disappears from your life. On occasion, you're going to find somebody that tries to bring it into your life, but that's about it. It's up to you if you wish to let it come in. So, let's see. But yeah, okay. So, are there any questions about the first reading for the next week? Okay, then. Well, then I'm going to end this video, and I hope you all have a good night. Hope the reading helps you and prepares you for the next week. And if you have any questions, feel free to message me. I will reply. Until next time, this Dark Sorcerer is out.